What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to our first playthrough of Elden Ring. We are finally done with the Academy. Now, we have lots of area to explore on both sides, and I think we're going to start by heading up the right highway. The only concern that I have at the moment is we're still on a +8 weapon, and I believe that we don't have enough to upgrade yet to +9, and we're starting to get a few in the +4 range. So I still think we're on track and going in the right direction, but I am getting a little bit concerned if we start to find only +4 or level 4 smithing stones here. We might need to divert the puppets. The puppets besiege us. Okay. The puppets besiege us. Are they talking about... Are the soldiers puppets? It looks like we've got some sort of ghostly figure here. So... Oh. Fun. Very, very fun. I mean, I'm going to gladly accept your runes, but I'm a bit concerned about what I'm walking into here. What are these, like, summoned... They're almost like ashes? Oh, there's another one. So are these the puppets that besiege us? Is that what they're referring to? These summoned creatures? How much damage is the big guy taking? Because it seems like he's wrecking everyone else. Yeah, he's not taking much damage at all. I'll take your money though. Oh, see, you can stagger him. Hold the phone. So these guys can be staggered. I'm assuming you just have to do enough damage to the head. And that's how they are getting the job done. He is completely decimating them, though. Like, absolutely destroying. Of course it's magic. Everything in this area is magic. The Academy. Oh, rolling into it. Don't want to roll into it. Can you stagger him with the legs? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, right, they do the little slide attack. Forgot about that. Oh, I tried to do the poke and roll. Did not go to plan. I wish I could figure out what they did to stagger that guy. If we could figure that out, that would go a long way, considering we seem to come across that enemy fairly frequently. I wonder if this thing's dialogue will change now that we defeated. We should go up to the left and round. It looks like there may be strongholds For a stronghold up top there. Puppets, they besiege us. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe those are the puppets. Maybe they're not. I really have not a clue. So we've got this pathway that goes through the rocks. It looks like we have a building on either side. So I might go and do that before we go fully down here. We've got this all defeated, so as long as we don't make a pit stop at a lost grace or die, we are more than fine. Okay, so let's go and see. Make sure that we're not missing anything along the edges here as we go up. Because you never know. Sometimes they put stuff along the side that is not a crafting material, but sometimes that's all it is. You can't know without looking. Alright, I see the barricade. We should have more enemies to fight, unless they've all been killed and maybe those summon things show up again. Yep. So these are... These have to be the puppets that besiege them. Maybe they're saying, like, puppets of the Academy or something, because they're fairly magic driven, some of them at least. Oh man, if we can get an upgrade or two on our weapon, could just be going in here and one-shotting everything. Okay, I want to make sure that we don't miss any items or chests up here. Ow! Okay, so up top there in the tower is a mage sniper. We'll get that chest later. I have to take care of this mage. Carrion Glintblade Staff. So what is this Carrion Glintblade Staff? What does it do? That's the sword. Does magic damage. Boosts Glintblade Sorcery. It's got C in scaling. Gifted to enchanted knights, it enhances Glintblade sorceries. So you can do a very particular build, and I wonder what is actually weak to the Glintblade. Because we've gotten quite a few things that enhance it. Oh, he like just barely survived the fall. I think that's everyone. Judging by that sound, it sounds like we've gotten topped off on flasks. Okay, I want to see what that crafting book was. A Benaric pot, I think, is what it was. This one seems to be the most new. So we have 5 of them. I don't know if there are only 5, but we have the first 5. Anything around the tower? Okay, so we should pretty well make a loop across the top. I believe there was a building over on this side, and then loop back under and make our way forward. That is if we can get across from here. But it looks like there's a gap. That must be the, yeah, that's the building on the right-hand side. And there is the, that's where we want to go. In the grand scheme of things. Okay. So mayhaps we'll go down and through because we want to go up here. But I think what'll happen is we go down and through, check out this lower area. This right-hand side doesn't seem as interesting. We can always double back to it if need be. Onward we go. Actually, quite a lot of barricades to bob and weave through. Okay. So we defeated everything up until here, but that doesn't mean that things won't spawn again. And those giant broken vehicles there, we definitely encountered one up by Ray Lucaria, so... Uh-oh. I don't know if I should be trying to fight him on horseback as well. We can try. Horse v horse. That was a mistake. Alright. I don't know if I should do jump attacks in. Oh wow, that catches. Because I know that with the roll pokes, we're just going to hit the horse. With regular R1s, we can hit him in the leg. Probably should only go for one hit at a time. Oh boy. In very tight corridors, the only problem with a fight like this for the AI is that you know, the landscape is very narrow. That's got such a long sweep back. That right-hand side is definitely better. Just because he tends to swing with the other side. Because like the AI kind of freaks out trying to operate in such a narrow space. It freaks out a bit. So like it's cool, but also probably not the best planning. I don't know. How does it catch? Just such a far back. Trying to pick my moments here. But it's hard because it, like I said, the AI kind of freaks out a little bit. Gets caught on the wall. Doesn't really know how it wants to behave. Oh, is that a stamina? I like conceptually the horse fight. I appreciate what they're going for. But if I'd have to make a complaint, it's that it's just too close quarters. Like, the thing that Tree Sentinel did well, albeit we had some frame issues fighting it out in the open there, but you had room to work. In here, the AI gets tripped up a bit. Similarly to how the first dragon that we fought in the lake, when it went up a tier, it like didn't quite know what to do. So there's a little bit of AI stuff, but I still like it. Don't exactly remember what magic that was. Oh no, it was this. It was the ice spear, Ash of War. Ice spear, skill of the warriors who served Lunar Princess Rani. Spin armament to release cold magic, then channel it into a piercing spear of ice. Usable on polearms, capable of thrusting and twin blades. I believe that Lunar Princess Rani... Why does that... The name sounds familiar, but I thought that there was something mentioned about, like, Rani the Witch when we were fighting Renala. At least, like, that darkness creature that came out, that's what I thought was Rani, but maybe I'm misremembering the name. Raya Lucaria, a hallowed hall dedicated to the study of magic. Why shut your doors to me? Am I barred from donning the crown of stone? Okay, so maybe, yeah, I think the puppets and all of that, I think, are in reference to Raya Lucaria. From what I can gather. And maybe it's these quote-unquote puppets. I don't know if that's calling Renala a puppet or something else, but I think that there's some ties there, probably as to like why they're being cast out and it's so closed down. Okay, so we've gone from there to here. I think we can go up this way. Oh, here's the girl again.
Hello.
We don't have...
Is someone there?
We don't have any more Shabriri grapes.
In your possession to me. I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light. And when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
We don't have any Shabriri grapes to give her, but what I will do is just put a marker. Put a marker in here that there's a person. I mean, obviously, I hope that I remember. And now this is the part that's hard. We don't have any more Shabriri grapes. And if we move her along, but we've explored ahead, it's going to be harder for us to find her. Because we would have to basically re-explore an area. They're very beefy. Very beefy wolves. What is... There we go. Some of these whiffs. Or just us not quite spacing far enough. For as quick, I use quick kind of loosely, but for as quick of a weapon as the longsword is, that first hit still has quite a build up to it. You don't really get an immediate swing. So sometimes we just get beat out in speed on trying to make that first contact. Because if we get a hit in, then more than likely we're going to give some form of stagger. At least on an enemy like that. Not always the case. Okay, so now we're up at this building, which we are very curious about. Going to need to double back down the road to the right. I guess we can ignore the wolves, since they don't seem to know that we're here. Okay. So that's the next point of interest. But we've got some things to check out first. I think we can take our horse here. There are wolves up on this side. But honestly, I don't think they'll chase us very far. There's somebody paddling a boat in the river. We've got this item, which I think is another one of those starlight shards, yeah. It's interesting the way that we find those at that specific location, but it's a consumable, I believe, with FP regen. Just make it seem like it's more special. Maybe it is. Maybe because I'm not a caster, you know, I don't understand the true value of it. Got wolves there. Let's continue down the side. So this is the other side that we had come up from the encampment. This building is marked on the map, though it's just another ruin, but maybe it's marked because there's an item on top. Beast blood. Ah! Almost ran off. Horse v wolf on top of a ruin. What could go wrong? Ow. That could go wrong. Okay. Those ones have left us alone. I don't see anything up here. That's the walkway back where we found the cave. Oh, look at that. Just a little bit of parkour. You know, doing some horse parkour off the top of the tree. Who would have thunk? Torrent is so talented. Greatest horse in the lands between. Okay. So now we just need to make our way back up. Make sure we're not missing any items along the trail. Which there was that spot where we saw the giant crab, so I'm thinking that if there is anything, it's probably going to be in there. Don't see anything along the sides. Is that anything down below? There is something down there, but we probably have to go from here and take it all the way back to get there. Okay. So is the crab protecting anything? It has some blue on it, which makes me wonder if it's a special crab. Ow. 85 damage per, and it has some sort of frostbite factor to it. Gonna run back real quick. We're gonna pull out our hammer. See if this does more damage. Right. Okay, so we were 85. $206. So that right there answers it. That the straight sword just... No, I missed! Oh no, I'm gonna get myself killed. The straight sword, this crab has a special coating to it. Missed again. Death blighted. Is that insta-kill? Wow! Wow, what a crab. What a crab. Okay, I thought it was frost. I didn't quite register that that was a different symbol. Well, alrighty then. Well, we're gonna just blitz by these wolves and get back to the crab. That's crazy, though. So we do really good damage, we just have to be able to hit the thing. I wonder if you go past the wolves really quickly, if they just tend to leave you alone. Because they all were kind of running, but I didn't get any sort of... There was no sound like the wolves were after us. Or anything along that line. Okay. So we've got gravestones starting, which means the crab is nearby. We actually had a fair amount of runes, so let's go and collect those first. And then we'll deal. Alright. Come on, Mr. Krabs. They kill your children? Now, what do you think about that? I'm gonna get killed by the combo, like the follow-up. Okay, so that ends up killing him quite quickly, but all we get are the crab eggs, so I really hope that he's protecting something. Otherwise, that wasn't really all that special. We have a special crab for what reason? What reason, what reason, what reason? It's just in the graveyard, I guess? Hello? Anything in particular? I mean, I don't think the crafting materials and such were anything super fancy. But, you know, I suppose it is what it is. We gave it a try. It ended up being not much of anything. But you never really know. Now, we've got a magic boat on the water. Right where the road meets. I hear something, which would be maybe a ball. There it is. Come back here. Is it just an FP restorer? It is. Well, I feel like you always gotta kill him. Just in case. It's hard for me to distinguish between the blue ones and like the white ones. Ooh, Tibia Mariner. Where is it teleporting to? Does it stay in the water? Looks like it's on the other end of the swamp. Smithing Stone 3. We like Smithing Stone 3. Smithing Stone 3 is very important. Okay, so are we going to get more of these enemies spawning as we go through? Is it Trina's Lily on a purple? That seems interesting. I can't tell if it's a gimmick boss or not. Oh, it's these guys. It's the Skull Boys. Kill those. I'm gonna top off on health. But it almost seems like he's gonna go back and forth on this. I don't know if... Do these guys respawn, or are they dropping... They are dropping runes. So where is he? Where'd he go? He's not over here. We've got more enemies seemingly spawning. Wherefore art thou? Because now he's just like up and gone. It's a new enemy. Creatures be spawning in here as we go back and forth. There he is. Where the heck is he gone, though? So maybe it's the type of thing that stuff spawns and then we just... Like, he just summons. And that's all there is to the fight. Little bit interesting. I think it's just a mob summoning thing, and then whenever he comes around, you can just deal a bunch of damage, I suppose. Because there's these same couple enemies down this way, same the other direction. I just don't know what the extent of his path is. I mean, it's great for farming. Like this boss fight's gonna drop us a ton of runes, for sure. There's stuff up there now, and that's where he is. Okay, well, we'll kill these, prep ourselves. so he was summoning something. Can we backstab? I don't think we can. Okay, so he does have a melee attack. I'm beyond confused. That was a really bizarre fight. I'm just gonna put it out there. That was a really bizarre fight. Skeletal Bandit, Ashes, and Deathroot. So the Ashes, Skeletal Bandit, Ashes. Is that not an Ash of War? Okay, those are just like actual ashes then. Skeletal Bandit Ashes. This is the spirit of a bandit who lives in death, which is why we got the Deathroot then, and will continue to rise again until properly finished off. After the night of the plot, Deathroot appeared in the lands between, and those who live in death soon followed. And then we have Deathroot, which, oh yeah, we got the remembrance of the queen, so that's something we could turn even if we wanted a weapon based off of that. Is Deathroot a key item? We have 2 Deathroot. These clergymen found at the bestial sanctum in the distant east collect and devour these roots. In the night of the dire plot, the stolen rune of death enabled the first death of a demigod. Later, the rune of death spread across the lands between, with the underground roots of the great tree sprouting in the form of Deathroot. Okay, so if we wanted to go to the dark side, so to speak, then we would more than likely turn those into the clergymen far to the east. But we are good guys, so we are not going to succumb to the Deathroot. Okay. I think the goal is obviously here, but I believe we have to go around a bit in order to get there. But you can actually hit them as they're coming up. Gotta make sure that they die on the ground. Alright. What were you protecting? Great dragonfly head. I suppose that's okay. They're a pain in the butt to kill, so yeah, I'll take what I can get. We've got a soldier down there. We had quite a few bosses, like, right kind of in a row here, so pretty crazy. Just how close they put them together, one at the pass and then that one right behind. This must be another painter's shack. What do we got? Artist shack. Resurrection painting, and it doesn't seem like we've got much of anything else around. Okay. Except we do have this man in a chair in the middle of nowhere. Smithing Stone 4. We did get 1 Smithing Stone 3, so we are not far off. Probably need another 2 to upgrade. And then we already have a couple Smithing Stone 4, so we can probably go straight to +10. So we have 2 paintings. Well, we have a few paintings, but we have the new one. Soul the Painter. Okay, so we have a few different things that we're looking for, and I know where precisely 0 of them are. Now, trees are going to be good reference points. I think this last one we just got is going to be south of here and looking up this way. Now, I don't know. It's the type of thing that we could have already found on our own. That's very possible. But that's the type of thing that I think we need to be looking for. But I think with that, it's going to make it a pretty good stopping point. Next time, we will make our way around and over to this little bridge structure. See if we can't make our way in down below. But thank you guys all for watching, and we'll go get at it next time.